Oh, it's on. Alright. Okay, so I'm pretty sure everybody in here has eaten a hamburger before, right? Or at least tried a piece. Alright, well, pretty much I just want to start off with an interesting fact. Did you guys know that hamburger was actually considered to be a meal for the poor man? This was actually before it became the national dish of the United States. Pretty much the ground beef that is used to make the hamburger patties and stuff, it was always thought and believed to come from old meats, old different kind of cows and stuff like that. And it was just thought to be laced with a lot of different chemical preservatives, stuff like that. Pretty much today I'm here to convince you guys why fast food items shouldn't be on the menu for your meals. I would like to present today 3 different reasons for this. The first reason, the food can be contaminated with different kind of bacteria that can cause many health-related problems and illnesses. The second one, fast food is one of the leading causes of obesity in our country today. And third, the animals actually that are used to provide the meat for the different restaurants, they're actually being killed and tortured in very inhumane ways. It's kind of behind the scenes, but it's still going on. And I believe that purchasing fast foods and stuff is supporting the things that they do. Alright, so first off, I want to kind of address the health-related illnesses. There's actually 3 I plan on talking about. The first one is E. coli. I'm sure you guys have heard of this before. E. coli, they're actually members of a large group of bacteria that inhabit the intestinal tract of human beings, and pretty much any warm-blooded animal, so that's like mammals, any kind of mammal, birds too. There's actually more than 700 serotypes of E. coli, and the most common of which produce a Shiga Toxin, and this is one of the most potent and dangerous toxins known to man. So that's in the E. coli. Pretty much on the farm, when the farmers, I guess, feed the cows and stuff to try to fill them up because they know they're going to be butchering them. They actually have these tubes that like go into their stomachs, and like they physically scrape out the semi-digested like wheats and grains because it gets all clogged up, and they'll just filter it out and take it out, and whatever's left that gets stuck around the walls of the stomach, that's where like the E. coli pretty much grows. And so if a cow has those E. coli bacteria in their stomach and you eat the meat from that cow, you're going to get the bacteria, you're going to get the infection. Also too, if you even say a little piece of the cow's manure gets on your food or in your beverage, you can also very easily get the disease that way as well. According to the Centers for Disease Control, there's an estimated amount of 2,000 Americans that get diagnosed and hospitalized, as well as 60 people that die as a direct result. This happens on a yearly basis. Okay, second, the next big illness I want to talk about today is Salmonella Poisoning. This is mainly found in like different eggs you can eat. I don't know if you guys eat breakfast burritos and stuff from fast food places. Maybe not. Pretty much, this is another one of the most common intestinal infections in the U.S. It can cause 3 different types of illnesses: gastroenteritis, typhoid fever, and bacteremia. There's a 2011 report by the CDC that estimated over 1 million people suffer from salmonella poisoning every year, and about 378 people die every year. The third most common illness from consuming fast food products that I'd like to address, it's not so common, it's mad cow disease. Pretty much it feeds in, it actually kills your central nervous system, so like your spinal cord and your brain, it eats away at that. People can't directly get mad cow disease, but they get a human form. It's a really long name. for short, it's abbreviated BCJD. It's obtained from eating the nerve tissue of an infected cow. Symptoms of these don't even come up for years after you're exposed. The last known case of this was actually said to happen between 2004 and 2006. So it's clear there's plenty of illnesses in our country due to fast foods. Another health issue I'd like to address now is actually obesity. Fast food, definitely one of the leading causes. To this day, there's approximately 44 American adults. Oh, I'm sorry. There's actually 44 million American adults in our country today, according to Eric Schlosser, the writer of Fast Food Nation. I don't know if you guys have heard that, read that book or seen the movie. There's also an extra 6 million people that are considered to be super obese, and that's where pretty much whatever weight you should be at. Say there's a guy who's 6 feet and he should be at 195 pounds. If he's 100 pounds over, so 295, you're technically considered obese. Let's see. Studies by the CDC state that the obesity rate is rising every year in every state. Schlosser also goes on to suggest that Americans are living easier and simpler lives these days. People tend to just use their cars, drive down the street, go to the store, go to school, instead of just walking there, riding your bike, riding your skateboard or something. Also, too, budget cuts have cut like PE programs in different sports for a lot of schools. So pretty much for the average family, say they're picking up kids from school, they have to take them to sports practice, or something like that. It's a lot more convenient to just stop on the way at a fast food restaurant. The mom doesn't have to make a meal or anything like that. Also, they're very cheap and low cost. What's kind of a plus about them being a low cost is that you're paying low prices for food that's actually not so beneficial for you. They even say eating one meal from Carl's hamburger, fry, and drink is enough to satisfy your 2,000 calorie diet need in one day. Okay, now that I mentioned the health reasons why you shouldn't eat fast food, I want to take you to a more behind the scenes look, and that's the meat packing industry. Pretty much they provide the meat, again, that is used in the fast food restaurants. To obtain the meat, animals are definitely tortured in different ways. According to Schlosser, the old Chicago slaughterhouses were actually brick buildings, 4 or 5 stories high. Cattle were herded upon wooden ramps to the top floor, where they were struck on the head with a sledgehammer, slaughtered, and then disassembled by skilled workers. This happens to many cows, chickens, pigs. There's even a lot of cases where the people will just cut off all their limbs and just leave like their torso with their head just pretty much bleeding to death. I know it's kind of gross. I'm sure you guys have seen videos on it before. There's also, believe it or not, a lot of cases where people kind of like sexually abuse these animals. I don't want to get into it too much, but you kind of get the idea. Even when these animals are put into cages and stuff, they're pretty careless. They could stack like 20 cases high of chickens in a diesel truck, and they'll just throw them out. And if they splatter, they splatter. If they break their neck, they break their neck. I mean, to them, they're going to die anyway. So there's PETA and many other environmentalists that actually are a huge help in trying to reduce these horrible conditions for the farm animals. But it's still actually a very serious problem today, regardless of if you're for or against fast foods. All right, after taking time to acknowledge some of the terrifying images behind fast food, I just want to relay the overall message, I guess, I'm trying to get across. Pretty much, fast food is not only unhealthy in a way to cause excessive weight gain or bacterial illnesses, it is also an industry that targets just about any appeal that it can relate to, just to attract consumers and income, regardless of the brutal and cruel practices involved in obtaining the necessary ingredients. I hope that I'm able to convince you all why fast food isn't the way to go when debating whether or not to eat out or stay in. A home-cooked meal is always the healthier decision. Thanks.